Today, on this occasion of the August and September combined Shotsuki monthly memorial service, we gather to remember our family members and friends who passed away in the months of August and September. The end of life is inevitable for all beings. We may recognize the truth of Buddha's teaching that everything in this world is impermanent. And yet, as we grieve the parting of our dear loved ones, we find it difficult to accept this truth in our hearts. With great compassion, Amida Buddha established a vow to lead all sentient beings to the realm of nirvana upon their departure from this world, and bring about their attainment of the highest enlightenment and complete liberation from suffering. Because of this vow, they have now become enlightened ones, or Buddhas, who compassionately embrace and guide us on our journey to liberation from suffering. May we encounter the guidance of the Buddha and deepen our appreciation of the Buddha's compassionate benevolence. May we remember with gratitude all we have received from the deceased and reaffirm that we continue to spiritually receive guidance within their embrace. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda. Good morning, everyone. How are you doing? I hope everyone is well and healthy. Thank you for attending the August and September combined Shotsuki monthly memorial service. Every month, first Sunday, we observe monthly memorial service to remember our Dharma friends who passed away in the month, and then to show our gratitude and appreciation to them. For this memorial service, we chant Amida Sutra, which is a little longer than other chantings that we have in our regular Sunday services, but it is a special sutra. The first half of the sutra describes Amida Buddha's Pure Land, where we will be born and attain Buddhahood after ending this life. I'd like to begin my message today with a passage from the Amida Sutra. If you can, please put your hands together in Gassho. In the land of perfect bliss, Amida Buddha's Pure Land, there are many pools of 7 kinds of jewels. The bottoms of the pools are covered entirely with the sands of gold. On the 4 sides of the pools, there are stairways made of gold, silver, lapis lazuli, and crystal. Multi-storied pavilions, majestically adorned with gold, silver, lapis lazuli, crystal, sapphire, red pearl, and carnelian, stand alongside the banks. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu. So when I prepare my Dharma messages, I sometimes open the books that I read before in order to find a topic for my message. A couple of days ago, I picked this book, The Awareness of Self by Gyodo Haguri, and then translated by Reverend Masuda Sensei. And the passage, this passage on the screen drew my attention. We claim to be civilized and cultured, yet we seem unable to establish a peaceful world, free from hatred and prejudices, inequalities, and strife. The basic reason for this situation is that we have praised the outward progress of humanity, but have failed to fully understand the inner nature of man, which is essentially self-centered and has not changed. When we are ignorant of this basic fact and act accordingly, we carry the seeds of our own destruction in ourselves. I know there are different perspectives and evaluations of how humans have developed in the history. But I totally agree with this. Technology has developed. However, the reality is that there are so many people in the world who live a tough life, suffer, and shed tears. I'm sure Buddhism can make contributions to change or improve such situations. That's why, as a Buddhist priest, Buddhist minister, I encourage each of us to deeply listen to the Dharma. As Reverend Haguri pointed out, we are ignorant of this fact or reality. Or we think we know it, but maybe that's not serious or deep enough. From Buddhist perspective, or maybe Buddha's perspective, ignorance is the cause of all troubles, all troubles. Buddhism is the teaching of enlightenment, the teaching of awakening or awareness to break or remove the darkness of our ignorance. Any Buddhist teachings or Buddha's wisdom and compassion are all directed to our ignorance. When we listen to the Dharma or read books of Buddhist teachings, it is very important to find how they are connected with our own ignorance, or to figure out how Buddha tries to awaken us. So today, I read the passage from the Amida Sutra. Jodo Shinshu Buddhism. Jodo Shinshu is a part of Pure Land Buddhism. Pure Land Buddhism. When we complete this life with the guidance of Amida Buddha, we will be born in the Pure Land and attain enlightenment, become a Buddha. In Buddhist sutras, scriptures, we can find descriptions of the Pure Land. Then maybe some people may say, it's just a imaginary story or myth. So what? If we are not able to find the connections with our everyday lives, maybe this is a natural reaction. However, some people may say, wow, there are so many gold, silver, gems in the Pure Land. But Sensei, Amida Buddha doesn't have to be worried about theft or robbery, right? Maybe this is another way to read or look at Amida Buddha's Pure Land. So what if there is such a place in Berkeley, Oakland, or Richmond? Of course, first thing that would came to our mind is how to protect them from theft or robbery, right? We would think we need to lock up those gold, silver, gems in a safe. Or we would think, okay, we need to hire security guard. Or some people may worry about insurance premium. Right? So many worries, anxieties. Of course, the sutra does not talk about hiring security guard or hiding those gems in a safe place. Because there is no theft or robbery in the Pure Land. What does it mean? No worry, no anxiety of theft or robbery. That means anybody in the Pure Land is free from greed. Free from greed. There is no issue of poverty in the Pure Land. Therefore, no worry or anxiety of theft or robbery. Then the question is, how about our everyday lives? How about my everyday lives? Not just showing the ideal world, but Amida Buddha wishes each of us living in this Saha world to seriously and deeply reflect upon the reality of our everyday lives. In the contrast with the features of Pure Land or Buddha, we can have a better, clearer awareness of the reality of this world or the reality of our everyday lives. This is not complaining or accusing of others or society, but this is the inner reflection individually practiced by each of us in this world. And such awareness brought by such reflection is the remedy for our ignorance. Such awareness within each of us is the main drive to change us, to change this world. Sometimes we think the teaching of Pure Land Buddhism is for just after we die. It has nothing to do with this life. No, that's totally misunderstanding. There are many messages, lessons, or guidance for us to live this life more meaningfully or profoundly. Depending on how we listen to the teaching, we will realize the Pure Land is constantly working for us here and now. We are always receiving guidance here and now from the realm of nirvana. So how to listen to the teaching, or how to find the connections with our everyday lives is very important, especially in the pure and Buddhist tradition. When we can do so, or when we become a good or a deep listener, we can find more treasures or gems gifted from Amida Buddha in this teaching. So again, thank you very much for attending today's service. I'd like to conclude my message by reading the passage by Reverend Hagri one more time. So if you can, please put your hands together in Gasho. We claim to be civilized and cultured, yet we seem unable to establish a peaceful world, free of hatred and prejudices, inequalities, and strife. The basic reason for this situation is that we have praised the outward progress of humanity, but have failed to fully understand the inner nature of man, which is essentially self-centered and has not changed. When we are ignorant of this basic fact and act accordingly, we carry the seeds of our own destruction in ourselves. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu. Thank you very much. ありがとうございました。